FEC that is, so that we can reach out and get them into this tour series. Now, since we know not everyone can be here at this time, we've also been recording these sessions and we'll be posting them to the FEC International YouTube channel. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel to receive the updates so that you know when we load a new video, or if you want to go back, show this to your team, or just watch it again for more information. All right, so without further ado, I'd love to introduce to you now Rick Barsness. So Rick and his wife Cheryl are the founders of America's Incredible Pizza Company. They started their journey in Texas, owning and operating 12 pizza restaurants. After stumbling across a video game conference, Rick got the idea of adding an arcade to his pizza facilities. It worked so well that he wanted to pursue adding activities and attractions. However, it seemed that not everybody involved with the restaurants agreed with this approach. So Rick and Cheryl knew that they were going to have to move on and sell their pizza restaurants if they wanted to create this concept that they had envisioned. So they sold their stores in Texas and relocated to Missouri to make this a reality. Through hard work, enormous dedication, and an empathic dream, America's Incredible Pizza Company was born. Today, headquartered in Springfield, Missouri, Rick and Cheryl have opened 7 locations across the Midwest and Mexico. America's Incredible Pizza Company has been voted as the #1 family entertainment center in the world twice. It's all about great food, fun, and family. So now, Rick, if you are ready to go, I am going to pass this over to you, and I'm going to start recording now that I'm done talking. And we're going to pass this over to you so that you can get started. Let's unmute you first and let's spotlight your video. There you are. Awesome. And I'm going to unmute you. Hold on a sec. Why are you still muted?
Yes.
There, you're good now. Awesome. Okay, take it away.
No worries. Well, welcome everybody to Springfield, Missouri. Cheryl and I moved here in 2000 and we opened this restaurant in 2001. It's been a great run for us all. And we're going to take you inside and show you about 55,000 square feet of food, fun, family, and friends. Come on in.
Hi folks, I'm Don. I work with Rick Barsness at the corporate office and I'm going to be the camera boy today. But now and then I'll have some input into what's going on. We're going in the front entrances right now. 2 sets of doors, and this is the main entry area.
As you can see, the first thing that our customers hit is our cash register area right here. And in our concept, it's a 1950s concept. Everything in here is based on the 50s. We like the family values of the 50s. We try to share them with the people nowadays. But in this particular concept, we ring up their order right as they walk in the door. We have some packages that we use to sell. Our buffet, which we're going to see in a minute, is our #1 attraction. And it amounts to 50% of our sales. So let's get started. Let's walk in.
Folks, this is the main mural when you walk in the door. And we always greet the birthday party kid by bringing them into the blaster and the ticket blaster, and they get free prizes in there, and they get to do it right up in front here with all their friends and family watching. Next to Rick is Andy Thiem. He's our Executive Vice President of Marketing, and he'll have some things to go over with everybody today as well.
Everybody, welcome to Incredible Pizza in Springfield, Missouri. We're glad to have you here today. As Rick will show you as you go throughout, and you'll see these throughout the entire facility, this is our Happy and Safe campaign in response to the COVID-19 epidemic. So we surveyed our guests before we opened, asked them when they would come, when we opened, and then what they would need to feel safe and happy to come. So we established these protocols. You'll see these signs throughout. You've already seen a couple of the protocols with the face shields in front of the cashiers. We've gone to a touchless payment system. As well, what you'll see, as Rick mentioned, our #1 attraction is our buffet, but our buffet now is cafeteria style, so we actually minimize that touch point. You'll see our staff behind that actually prepared the food, extra sanitizing stations. You'll see extra staff in the game room touching, cleaning and sanitizing our high contact points. And then we also have a schedule of our rides and attractions to stagger, so that allows our staff that extra time to sanitize each ride and activity before each session. So come on, I'll let Rick show you the rest of it, and I'll interject every now and then.
All right, the first thing we want to show you is that when you're in our dining room, you wouldn't even know that there's a huge game room behind. We wanted a place where families could come have a quiet dining experience, all right, with 4 different types of dining. This is our dining room, and again, all based on the 50s. All based on the 50s. And we'll go to another room over here called the family room. It was based on Leave It to Beaver movie in the 1950s. You might catch the fun diner posters. This is a more quiet dining area where we love to have our seniors right over here, Don, come in and play fun games. You're on TV, say hi. We get a lot of seniors in all of our different stores playing games and having fun in this nice, quiet, air-conditioned. Today it's 94 degrees outside. So you can see all the different movies of the 50s on the walls.
You're doing great, man. You're doing great, Rick.
All right.
The other thing,
Do want you to notice that we have the 6-foot stickers on the floor between the food areas, always trying to get people to remember the social distancing requirements. We got to stay 6 feet away. So if I wanted to get some food cafeteria style right now, I'd work with this employee behind the bar and he would service the food that we request. We'd point to the piece of pizza, he'd put it on a plate, and then they'd walk down the buffet and hand it off to another employee. Everyone's in masks and gloves, and they would be serving the customer what they want on their food. We have a full buffet here, roast beef, mac and cheese, gravy, biscuits, corn, everything. Oh, I'm getting hungry and I'm on a diet. So we got a lot of really good food here on the buffet. And then we have an all-you-can-eat salad bar. And on the salad bar, again, it is cafeteria style. We have to serve the salads right now under the COVID rules in this area.
once again, we have 150 items on the salad bar. Everything is prepared fresh every day. We make our own pizza crust. We make our own sauce. We do everything here by hand to keep it fresh, hot, and good. I came from the food business, and so we are food people that ended up in the game rides and attractions business. So come on down. I want to show you something else kind of interesting. In the 1950s, the schools would all double their gymnasium as a place where the kids went to eat. So that's what we've done here. A lot of the elderly people that come in remember when they used to go to the gym and have their lunch. Have the TV screens.
Yep. We'll show sports events on these screens in the gymnasium during sports season.
Also in the 1950s, going to the Starlight Drive-In movie theater was the big thing, the big attraction in town. So we've made this room look like a Starlight movie theater. We also use this for our groups, our big groups. We can seat over in the real time. We're at half right now. We can seat 160 people in here for our big groups. All right, so after you're done eating, you gather up your kids, okay?
I wanted to point out here, this piece of equipment, it is a sanitizer fogging machine. And periodically during the week, we will go into our party rooms, our dining rooms, and we'll do the sanitized fogs that kills all the viruses and bacteria in that room. So that's been very helpful. We leave it right up here on the counter because quite frankly, we want the customers to see it because that's what we're doing.
Also, every birthday party that comes in, whether you're having a rented private room, and we'll see the private rooms in just a minute, or you just come in, the birthday child or the birthday adult gets to come up and spin the wheel and also go into the ticket blast. These are very fun, Very good. People and kids want to know how they do it. So all you have to do is have your birthday party here, and you can do that. So after all this fun, the dining, the eating, the great food, the entertainment in the rooms, we'll head back to the fairgrounds, we call it, because in the 1950s, the fair would always come to town once a year. And so we are making the fair coming to Springfield and every one of our 7 markets every day. And that was the intent of the fairgrounds. We have a mural here based on the old fair when it used to come to town.
By the way, we do have sanitizer stations all around the store for sanitizing. These are COVID preventing sanitizers. They kill the viruses and bacteria. These are located all over the store. No food in our fairgrounds.
All right, so we come back here, all carpeted, try to keep the noise down just a little bit, although that's impossible sometimes. But you can see where we start with the video games, redemption games, right as you walk in the door. Now we'll walk over to the area we call the tiny town for our little ones. These rides and attractions are designed so that when the little kids come, then they can have just as much fun as the older kids. We want something for all ages of the family. One of the things that we specialize in that may be a little bit different from others, that our sweet spot is kids 5 to 15 years old. Okay, and so we really strive to market to those. We only have one store that has beer and wine. Our new store, we're just trying that out. All the rest of our stores don't have any beer and wine.
I just want you to notice the 6-foot stickers on the floor. We tell people to make sure they stay socially distanced from each other when they're coming in the prize room. This is our redemption store. A lot of you guys have a redemption counter. I'm going to walk you inside. What we have to do during COVID times is customers will point out little kids can't reach in and grab the prizes anymore. The customers will point out what they want, and an employee will pull the prize for them. That's a requirement in our markets for COVID prevention, is to make sure that customers are not handling these toys.
We use BMI and Redemption Plus. We're happy with both those two vendors. They both do an absolutely wonderful job supplying our toys and prizes and help us keeping the right inventory. Great stuff.
And as you can see, or maybe you can't see, we do have the plastic protective shields for when we're communicating the guests. The employees are on the other side of the shields.
Great, good job so far.
Thank you.
At IAPA this year, I felt this was the best new game out there. We ended up buying 5 of those, and it's been absolutely wonderful. It's our #1. We call it an attraction in the store. It's a very fun game. If you don't have this one, you should get this one.
What is it?
Beat Saber. It's the Beat Saber.
Yes. Bumper cars.
Lost in Space is one of our favorite attractions. It's very similar to the giant tilt-a-whirls, except it's a tiny one, very small footprint.
One of the things that you'll see on all of our rides and activities is we've gone to a timed schedule during the COVID-19 outbreak. This allows us with our ride operators to go ahead and operate the ride, but it gives us time in between to make sure that we have time to sanitize all of the high touch points, handles, joysticks, seat belts, lap bars, all of that. So this is posted throughout on all of the rides. We also hand it out to each of the guests as they come in through the cashier stand.
It's been a very interesting process doing this. We might keep this for our slow periods when we get our sales volume back, because it's a very labor-saving device. This ride will operate from 11:30 a.m. to 11:45. Every attraction has a different time on it, like Andy says, and it's been a great idea for us.
This is called the La Bamba. Rick can send you information on this. This is a very popular ride. We can put 14 people in this one ride, and look how small this footprint is. And the little kids love this with Dad. They love getting on this ride with Dad. It's a lot of fun, very safe. We sanitize the seats between every use, so we are being COVID compliant.
This ride also can see the whole birthday party. The whole birthday, all the kids can get up there if they have 14 or less, and they absolutely love it.
We also have a trampoline park here called Springtown. Here's where you would register. Again, you see the markings on the floor for COVID distance. And then we have our actual trampoline park back here.
Notice what's different about this park is that it's underground. We dug into the ground. It's not above ground, so mom can see their kids at all time. This has been a great attraction for us.
And I still have blisters on my hands from digging the holes. Also want you to notice that we do pad the poles in this area. A lot of kids running around, and this has really saved us a lot of accidents. Also, you'll notice we have employees in orange vests, and their responsibility is to sanitize games all day long. You'll never see them standing around. We're going back to our go-kart track. Want to show you on the wall first, we used to have a NASCAR. So we have pictures of our NASCAR and actual races inside the track. And there's a real nice picture of a pit off at the end there. And then you'll notice marketing-wise, every chance we have to market, we do advertise our birthday parties, our group events. So if you have a group and you walk in here, you're going to say, wow, this could handle my group really well.
The go-kart track has been our #1 attraction in every single one of our stores. We've also put a ride called the Scrambler that used to be back in the 1950s, if you remember going to the fairgrounds, and that ride is now our #2 ride. We buy old ones that were built in the 1950s and 1960s, and we refurbish them. We can usually get them for about $20,000. We put another $80,000 into them. Light show, sound system, those are in 5 of our stores. This store doesn't have any room for it, but still, the #1 attraction is our go-karts. We have 2 different speeds, one speed for the little kids, and then a faster speed for the big kids. We buy these carts from J&J. We absolutely love them. We think they're the best carts out there. Very safety, very strong, and it's a lot of fun for all the kids. You can also see the little ones have a little steering wheel in these 2-seaters, and the little kids can pretend like they're driving with mom or dad. We love this attraction. It's been our #1 attraction since day one. We also have a new attraction in our 2 new stores, San Antonio and Kansas City. We went to glow-in-the-dark go-kart track and barriers. It's absolutely beautiful. Go on our website, incrediblepizza.com, click on the San Antonio or the Kansas City location, and you'll see the glow-in-the-dark. I think it's the new greatest fun thing that we're doing.
I hope you did notice that all the employees are wearing masks. That's a requirement in the city. And we're not employees right now. We're just walking around. But the employees are all wearing masks.
It's only employees in this. And sorry, which location are you in right now?
Excuse me?
You're in the Missouri location?
Yes, the Missouri location.
Okay.
This is the entrance into our laser tag arena. Again, we are sanitizing these vests after every use. And then this is the actual laser tag arena. The floor is one of our favorite things. This is just a painter walking in here and splashing fluorescent paint on this black floor. This has been here actually almost 2 years, and it looks like the day it was installed. And the kids really love it. I'm going to show you some of the themes that we have on the walls. Rick, what's the name of the company that did this?
Creative Works, Jeff at Creative Works, did a lot of this work. Since when they originally did it, we've done a little bit more creative stuff ourselves just to freshen it up. We just hire local painters to come in with fluorescent paint and try to keep it new looking. You can see the walls look very fresh. even though this laser tag is over 9 years old.
The barriers do not have cushions on them, but we do have corner protectors. And I just wanted to show you some more of the graphics on the wall. They did a really good job with this. It's an extremely popular attraction here at the store. Okay, we're gonna follow Rick back into the game room. This is the staging area for when they're putting their vests on. Again, very, very engaging graphics for the kids while they're waiting to go into the laser tag.
All the safety items are gone through here to make sure there's no running, no hard play, no hitting other people with their laser guns. So everything about us is safety. I mean, it has to be safe, the rides and attractions, or you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Okay, we're gonna head back to the party room. Yeah, we're gonna to the entrance, and then we'll get into one of our birthday party rooms.
Great. All right, guys, and I just want to remind you to any questions that you have, please list them in the chat so that we can ask Rick and the team when they get back to the room. And Rick, I just want to give Don, Rick, if you can hear me, I just want to give you a little comment that Neil Farron in our chat said that you gave him a tour of your place in 2003, and he said it still looks great. Nice work.
Thank you. Please pass on his thanks for that comment.
Will do.
Now we're entering back into the dining area. Again, COVID, you'll notice all our plate servers are covered up. Per county ordinance, they cannot get their own plates. We have to get them for them.
Great.
We actually give our customers a cup to go get a drink, and every time they get a new drink, they get to get a new cup.
Do you do refills there?
We do free refills, yes, but they have to do a new cup every time they come up.
Okay.
All right, this is called Party Hallway, and we're going to enter our first party room, and I'm actually going to get to rest a second because I get to sit down.
You did a really great job. I know how hard it is to hold that camera still.
This is a sample of our party room. Here's how our tables are pre-decorated. We have a cabinet over here to store all the birthday party supplies. And then, 2 rooms for one COVID. And then during COVID, instead of one party room, we give them 2 party rooms so they can spread out and have the 6-foot distances. And we'll do that with the chairs later.
Great.
So I'm going to borrow this.
Great.
So, Rick,
we want to go ahead and take some questions, and then I want Andy to. He's going to show you some of the marketing things that we do. Maybe you want to do that before the questions?
Yeah. Actually, why don't we let's address some of the questions that are related to the facility tour. And then after we do those, I'd love to get you talking a little bit more about the impacts of COVID, you know, where your sales are, what kind of changes and things you're seeing that you'd like to share. And then maybe Andy can get into the marketing strategies that you have in place to keep the facility top of mind right now. So let's start here with, I guess, you know, as far as your buffet service has gone, you told us a little bit about how you're doing things differently. A question that we're wondering about is, did you change your menu at all? Did you scale it down or change the food items in it to, you know, try to minimize the impact?
We changed it a little bit, but we're still at about 90% of, we took out some things that were going to be hard to serve during a busy time period, but we really didn't want to lessen our brand for new people who might be coming in to think that, well, this buffet looks kind of chintzy. You know, we don't really want to do this buffet. And because some people don't realize that you're doing it, you know, I guess we could have put up signs as a limited buffet during COVID. But one of the things that we did do was we were really concerned that some people wouldn't do the buffet. There was negative press out there on buffets. And so we had a requirement before that you had to purchase a buffet when you came in. And so we took that off. However, our buffet sales are just as strong today as they are before we took it off, and we just allowed people to come in and go to the game room if they wanted. But it has not been an issue for us at all. So did I answer the question, or do we need some more?
Yep. Nope. You did great. Thank you. That's good. The next questions, a couple questions I have for you are around what is the square footage of your facility, and then what's the full guest capacity of your facility?
Right. Every store is different. So and there are 7 different locations, but this particular store has 55,000 square feet. We have 2,100 people that can come into this one. So we can get 1,000 people into this store, and I wish we had 1,000 people coming in at this time. So the 50% restriction has not hurt us. We don't have a line at the door of people waiting to get in, and we'll talk about those sales a little bit, where we're at. And then, like in Kansas City, our largest store has 82,000 square feet, and they have 2,600 capacity, so we could have 1,300 people in. But nowhere has the percentage. You know, even St. Louis opened at 25%, but that store holds around 2,200. So we still had like 500 or 600 people, but again, that hasn't hurt us.
This is Don. I just want to qualify. That's not 2,200 restaurant seats. That means 2,200 physical bodies can be in the building.
Yes.
The Springfield store can seat around 500-600 people. Our store in Kansas City and San Antonio, we can seat 1,000 people in those 2 stores.
Right.
Okay.
And before the pandemic, we just opened our brand new store in San Antonio, and we had projected sales at about $6.5 million. And in 2 months, we were on board to do $10 million, and then we got shut down. So a brand new store, Kansas City store, we got our certificate of occupancy on a Wednesday, and Wednesday night they shut everything down. We didn't even get to open one day. So it's kind of sad, but it's such a beautiful store. We can't wait. We did get open, but it has opened softly again due to COVID.
Well, congratulations on getting that open again, though.
Yeah.
Now, so your stores are pretty big. We have a question. We're wondering, did you have to move any of your attractions around or move anything out so that you could get more social distancing occurring within the facility?
No, we did not. Okay. What we felt was, back in the game room, we have people wiping down all the times. We were going to let the customer decide on the social distancing. If they're not comfortable sitting next to somebody or doing the game, then they shouldn't, sit there. But if their kids are playing a game, a lot of our games, are 2-3 player, mom and dad want to play together. So we didn't feel that it was, going to be that much fun. And we've had no pushback on it whatsoever, not even on social media. So that's what we went with. That's what we've gone with. And no problems whatsoever. We did take the tables and chairs out of the party rooms. As you can see, these rooms right here have half the number of seats. We took the tables and chairs out. We didn't just put, reserved or something on them. We actually took the tables and chairs out. Mm-hmm. So I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing your strategy with us. And back to the square footage a little bit. We have a question. We're wondering about the size of your go-kart track.
They're about 10,000 square feet. Okay.
Thank you. And your carts, they're electric carts or are they gas carts?
No, they're electric carts because we're all indoors.
Okay.
So again, a little commercial for J&J. We are so happy with these guys. Their carts last so long. I mean, they're almost non-destructive. With our other brand, we were spending almost $5,000 a month on go-kart parts and all that stuff, and now we're down to less than $1,000 per month with our new carts, and they've been in the stores for as long as 2 years.
Great. That's nice to hear. We have another question around games. Curious to know what kind of sanitizer you're using on your games to clean them.
We get it from our supplier, and we just absolutely had to make sure from our food supplier. So we had to make sure that it was met all the COVID requirements, and they just sell it to us in bulk.
Okay.
And primarily it's Ecolab in most of our stores right now.
Right.
Okay. Okay, and we have a question here from Ismail. He's asking, what What is your target for payout of redemption machines?
Yeah, for the machines themselves, we like to pay out about 26%. That is our goal. We like to give a good winning. I know some people try to go less than that. And we just felt that that needs to be a big part of the deals for mom and dad and kids to take home prizes.
Okay. And so let's get into some general questions now, kind of around how are things going since you've been open? What kind of volume are you seeing, and how are your sales compared to last year looking?
Yeah, it's very interesting, the difference in the different markets. I have been amazed how different it can be, because we have stores anywhere doing from 30% of last year comp sales up to 87% of comp sales. And Memphis, let's go to our best one first. Oklahoma City is doing 87% of their comp sales for the month of June. And Tulsa's at 75%, Tulsa's at 60%. Memphis at 75.
Yes.
Yep. And Tulsa's at a little over 60%. And who's not in there? San Antonio and Kansas City, our two brand new stores, have opened the slows, both at about 30%. Well, Kansas City doesn't have any comp sales, but they're at about 30%. Not happy with that at all. That's hardly, enough. But I will say also that our government has been very good to us. Don has worked relentlessly to get us every penny that he can get. And right now we're sitting at about $500,000 per store. And that's the PPP money, the EU, EIDL money. Oklahoma has come out with a little state package, $25,000 per store. We're also working on some more things. So if you haven't gotten your PPP money yet, you need to go get it. I read yesterday that there's still a lot of money.
Yeah, it's been extended to August 8th.
Right.
And if you have not applied for PPP and have any questions at all, reach out to us. I can help you through the process. It's very critical that you take advantage of that opportunity.
There's no reason not to. I mean, that alone was about $250,000 per store. So very happy with that.
And while we're on the topic of PPP money, I'm curious to know, because some of our other facilities have been struggling with landlord issues. Do you guys own the stores, the physical building itself, or are you leasing from somebody?
It's funny you should mention that. Don and I have spent the last 2 weeks renegotiating with our landlords. In fact, there's 2 of them just today. I'll tell you what we're getting. So we're right now, all of our landlords have given us 50% rent until the end of the year. However, you got to make that up in that they're taking that difference and spreading it out over the rest of the term of the lease. So you divide that number by 60, and they've added 4 or 5% interest, onto that. But still, it certainly makes things more survivable when you're only paying 50% rent. And if your landlords aren't dealing with you, then something is really wrong, because they need to be part. We all say we're all in this together. Mm-hmm. Well, together means they're a partner of ours, and they know it. And many of these landlords we've been working with for years, and they know we're good and good payment. But right now, I've got to have all the help I can get. The same thing with our banks. The banks gave us 90 days, no payment, no interest, no nothing. We're probably going to go back and ask for interest only for the rest of the year on our loans, because in this day and time, you cannot run out of your cash. You just absolutely cannot, because if you do, you're done. So you got to protect every penny that you've got in the bank account to make sure that it's not used foolishly.
Mm-hmm. So were all your landlords open to discussions at the beginning, or did you have any that you were struggling with?
We had 2 that we were struggling with. One still struggling with. And it's just a constant battle, but you just have to keep pushing away. And if they don't get their rent for a little while, they tend to want to negotiate a little bit more. And they can threaten you. They can threaten to throw you out. But my gosh, who are they going to put in their building? It's going to sit empty. So half payment plus a promise to pay the rest when we're through this, to me, makes sense.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. I want to jump over to a little bit of a discussion on your pricing structure. So around how much it costs to come to your facility, how people would buy things in your facility. And then I want to jump over to groups and birthday parties and have a bit of a discussion as to where that's going right now.
All right. Well, I know we're running a little long, and I'll try and make this quick, but you know, project graduations and proms, we all know how that went. So school field trips, not going to happen. We still don't even know what's going to happen with the schools here, but where we're having success now because of the pandemic are lock-ins and fundraisers. Okay, lock-ins to take the approach that those businesses, groups, organizations can control their environment inside of Incredible Pizza. So they can social distance, they know it's their own staff, they don't have any outside visitors, it's a protected environment. And God knows the ones that are back in their offices need a little bit of fun and a break. So we're seeing a lot of success with this, although it was very surprising to us to be able to do that. The other one is the fundraisers, because guess what? Youth sports is going on, at least in our 7 locations. They don't have any money, and they need an opportunity to raise money for their own. So 2 great group successes that we've had. And the anomaly that we've seen before, pre-pandemic, was always kind of the loss leaders. You know, people are a little price conscious, and we had to tinker a little bit with our price points to get people in. But what we're seeing post-pandemic is our #1 seller is our most expensive package, which comes in at $34.99. It's a great package, a great value. So our average ticket price has actually increased 2 to 4% per person. It's just our volume isn't what it used to be. So
yeah, FYI, this is an old menu board. It's $34.99 now, not $39.99.
During the COVID, we lowered the price of it. We realized people are price conscious. But these are the packages that we came up with when we surveyed our customers. One of the big negatives is that they said we weren't a great value. So we struggled and we brainstormed and we came up with 3 packages. Okay.
Actually, this is one package. The other side
is
is it.
2 more on this side. We start with this one, and if they balk, then we flip it over and we go with this one. Our cashiers have these up front, and they use them. We make those actually salespeople, and they get a commission on each package that they sell. The biggest commission is this one, the $34.99. And you get all this stuff. You get 2 hours of video games. You get $15 game card for prize games, and you get 8 activities or 8 attractions and rides.
now we have adapted all of our packages by location. Each one of our locations kind of has their own identity. So we still have loss leaders in areas. You know, our 99-cent buffet with an $18 card is our most popular loss leader. We have a $14.99 price point in Oklahoma City that's doing very well. We have a $19.99 in Memphis, and we have a $20 game card with the free buffet in Tulsa. So that's bringing the attention of those people that are cost conscious and looking for that value to the store. And then our cashiers do a wonderful job of tailoring the specific package to what their needs are. They may not have a lot of time, so they want that game card, they want the redemption tickets, they want to be able to get in and get out because they're going somewhere else. But we also have groups that are like, what can I do with my kids for multiple hours and not spend a whole bunch of money, or at least have some control of my budget? So what we've come up with are some of our packages have an unlimited play time. So you can get 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, or 4 hours. You just don't get the tickets. But it's unlimited play, and if you got a bunch of boisterous kids that have been locked up for 90 days, they can come and play as much as they want to, as fast as they want to, and get as much activity in as they can for whatever hour they buy.
And you can see this one has an $89 value if you added up all these different things for $39.99. We haven't got one single complaint since we started our packages about we were not a great value. So you got to watch your complaints as they come in social media or they come to your website, and we need to take action. And that was the biggest complaint. They said it was too expensive. You know, there was no great value there. The packages took care of all that.
So that takes care
I love that card.
Go ahead.
I said, I love that card. I think it's such a great tool for your staff to teach them how to upsell at the tills properly. It's wonderful.
That's it.
Yeah, it's that visual impact, and you know, and we see the same with the birthdays. We have our loss leader at $14.99, and we go all the way up to a $32.99 package. And again, it allows the guests, what do they want to do? Do they want to spend more time? Are they more redemption ticket oriented? How big is their group? Do they want to do everything together? Do they want to break it up? So, you know, it's all about customization and tailoring now. Everybody wants something that meets their specific needs. And we've built in that flexibility with our products to be able to do that, to have our discovery with our guests, whether it's a group, a birthday, or just walk up. What do you want to do? You know, what are you looking for? And then we can make educated recommendations to them to really make sure that they're getting the best value at Incredible Pizza that they don't expect.
Two more things and we'll wrap it up here. One is the birthday parties. Andy talked about our packages a little bit and what we offer. And once again, it's a value-driven experience.
Right. Of course, the unlimited buffet and drinks are included, so you don't have just the pizza party and everybody gets a slice of cheese and a pitcher of soda. They get access to the 150-item buffet, whatever they want. If they're not a pizza eater and you know they want macaroni and cheese or whatever, again, they get to choose. So from there, everybody gets unlimited play for how much time that party wants to be here, 1 hour up to 4 hours. In addition to that, you can add on specific dollar amounts of game cards, $5, $10, $20. That allows you to play the games where you can win tickets. And then on the bigger packages that we have, we always have some kind of birthday special for the birthday person, whether it's 250 tickets or 500 redemption tickets or an extra $15 game card. And some of those we do all of that. So again, we want to be able to tailor those packages to meet those guest needs, and we've built in as much flexibility as we can. Now, we do restrict the loss leader to $14.99. That's not a weekend available package, but it meets the needs for those that are looking for a high value, low price point. They just have to come in during the week when we're slow.
The last thing we want to talk about is our group sales. We have a group salesperson called an event ESM, an event salesperson manager that sells in every single market. And these salespeople are on commission, a little salary plus a great commission, and they are selling. We have two of our people doing over $1 million a year in group sales, and we pay them probably $50,000 to $60,000 a year to bring in $1 million. I would do that all day long. The lowest price one is a new girl in Oklahoma City. She does about $350,000. So if you have a big enough venue, I would highly recommend a group salesperson.
That's great. Thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about your marketing strategy right now? Like, what are you using to drive traffic in? Are you doing anything? How has your messaging changed?
Well, you know, everybody thinks marketing is easy, and let me tell you, and you know, Rick will confirm this. Everybody's in uncharted territories. I mean, it's one of those that we have weekly creative meetings to just throw ideas out. And again, what we've seen is the main thing is, how are you going to keep me and my family happy and safe? That's the number one driver. And you can't do it just by yourself. You know, we have our signs, we have it on our website, happy and safe. And, you know, we've done all of the protocols that everybody else is, but what we're finding out, what's resonating with people are other people. So we've done some Facebook contests, enter to win. When you're at Incredible Pizza, post that you guys are here, you're having fun. Whoever gets the most likes
You
wins
feel safe.
Yeah, you get a $250 gift certificate. We're doing some other promotions like that. But what we're finding out, at least in the short term, is we can't sell the happy and safe ourselves. We have to have guests that are here that are like, I'm here. I see people cleaning. I see people serving food. I see the social distancing. I see the extra hand sanitizers. They are our best advocates right now that, hey, I've been there and I felt safe and you should come too. So that has really done well. We did a Facebook Live just yesterday and just had thousands of people attend that just to see who the winner was for the one. And it's all about getting them to post from something in the store.
Guys, this is Don. Just real quick, we're primarily using eBlast, Facebook, our website, for our marketing. We are doing some radio, but be careful how you spend your money now in COVID times. You could dump a whole lot of money into TV and radio, and people are hibernating in their house because they're afraid to go outside. It's better to reserve those dollars, we believe, to when this COVID thing kind of goes over the hump, then kick it up with the extra marketing dollars. I think we're trying to keep it pretty economy level. Would you guys agree?
Yeah. We also surveyed, we have 300,000 people on our email list in all of our stores. We surveyed 10,000 of those. We got 1,200 returns. 30% said they're ready to go out now. 30% said maybe in 2 or 3 months. And the other 30% said not until we get a shot that can fix this problem. So that's not good news for us, all right? But it's ringing true in 5 out of our 7 markets.
And the landscapes change. You know, when we first started this, Oklahoma City and Tulsa were our first stores to open in early May. But now that we're seeing in San Antonio, the masks are being required. Kansas City, the masks are being required. And we've seen that have a negative impact in the stores because it changes the sentiment of those people in those locations. And I don't know that there's any marketer out there that has an answer to get those people to come out of self-quarantine again until they have a comfort level that they can go back out safely. So we're reacting in every market differently based on what the markets are telling us.
Okay. What about after we start to recover, do you guys foresee returning to business as usual prior to before COVID? Or do you think
we did our accounting team just did a projection for the next 12 months. And right now we're averaging around 54%, all the stores. And we're trying to increase that. Our goal is to get that up 5% per month for the next 6 months and to be about 80% by January. That would be absolutely wonderful for us. However, that is a guess. It's pie in the sky. The second wave or whatever is hitting us now, the news media is freaking out on us, and it freaks out our customers. So we were doing great for about 3 weeks in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is still doing good. But then when the second wave came out, if we whatever, you know, it's going down again. So, you know, that's our hope. That's our best, you know, case scenario, I think. It's not, you're not going to open, if you haven't opened yet, you're not going to open at 70 to 80% in very few markets, you know. We don't know.
The one thing I would add, this is Don, you were asking, would we do anything differently when it gets back to normal? Mm-hmm. I think we've learned a lot about sanitation. We've learned a lot about keeping the stores really clean, because since we know the customers are really paying attention to that, we've gotten really good at that. I also think the employees are learning how to be respectful to customers that have questions or concerns, because you get a lot of questions. And these kids, 16, 17-year-old, can be pretty scary. We've been very impressed with how these kids have handled it. They've been very professional. They've answered questions. And I think we've learned that there's opportunities to grow our staff and to make them, put them in a position to mature and grow very quickly. Everyone's a little scared now, but we've been very impressed with what our staff has done. And we're going to hold into this attitude when we get back to 100%.
Great. Awesome. Okay, well, we're almost at the end of our time today, but I wanted to open up the floor if there's anybody that had any additional questions for the team here today. Nope. Okay, I will take silence as that's a no. Anybody?
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, listen.
Incredible pizza.
Yeah, I just want to thank you again, Rick, Andy, and Don, for doing this for us today, and a special thanks to everybody for taking their time to be out with to be on the call with us. We want you to know that we appreciate you being part of this community. Regardless of what you might be facing right now, just know you're not alone. This is a community of people that are amazing and great and supporting each other to find solutions to problems. So please utilize our Slack channel and connect with your peers and share your stories and struggles there. Again, we hope you continue to join us over the next few weeks as we continue to take a peek behind the scenes. Recordings from this and future tours will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, so please subscribe so you're notified when a new tour is loaded. Thank you, everyone, and take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.